Yes, good day. My name is Terry Shade, and I am the future president of TEAL, which is the Transport Industrial Workers Union. And I just want to thank everybody today. I want to thank all the bus drivers for giving me their support. I want to thank all the engineering staff for giving me their support. I want to thank all the properties staff. I want to thank everybody who does be calling me and reaching out to me and letting me know, hey, they're giving me their support to be the next president of TEAL. I want to thank everybody. And not just in PTSC alone, but it have a lot of MTS workers that has been calling me and giving me their support. I want to thank all the MTS workers too. I want to thank everybody who's been reaching out to me. I want to thank everybody who's underneath the umbrella of TU. I want to thank everybody for giving me their support. And by giving me all your support, I and my team, we will fix TU. I guarantee you that. I'll go see a difference in TU. Because as a president, when a president reaches office, it's not just about sitting down there drawing a salary. As a president has a huge responsibility. And if anything is affecting the public servants or the working class, right, by extension, the citizens, because the working class is the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So if things is affecting the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, as a union leader, as a union president, you have the right to come out and speak about it. So if the grocery price is going up, you as a union leader have the right to come out on a public platform and tell the supermarket association to lower the prices because it's affecting the public servants and them. Say something. Let the working class know that you have their back. Let the working class know that you as a president feeling the pain because the grocery price is going up. That is only the working class wants to know. They just want to know that they have a president, they have a leader who could feel the struggles. The other day I went to the airport. It's $400 to go to Tobago now in the airport. Before it was $300. It's going up to $400 to go to Tobago in the airport. As a president, you have to talk about them things. You have to talk, you have to say, Colin Members or Rowley or whoever is in office. Say low down the prices of these the plane tickets and them. Say something. It might not happen, but at least the public seeing that you understand the struggle. Because right now, nobody feels as though as these union leaders understand the struggle. Nobody in OWTU feels that Roger understands the struggle. Nobody in PSA feels that Leroy Baptiste understands the struggle. Nobody in TU feels that Judy Charles understands the struggle because they're not coming out on a public platform and letting the workers know that, hey, I understand all the struggles and I could be a voice for all who is voiceless. But don't worry. Once all of vote me in as the next president at you, I guarantee you, things go change. Or go finally get a president, or go finally get a leader that understands all the struggles. I won't just be quiet in our office during a salary. I will get up on a daily basis and I will talk. I heard that tomatoes going up again. I tell you, is every day something going up in the market. If not in the market, in the grocery. Something going up. And as a president, I had to come out and say something, boy. That is why people dropping out of these unions. You have members dropping out of these unions because the members not feeling that the leader have their back. And as a president, you have to let the citizens know that, hey, I have all your back. And if the government to pressing on you, I as the leader, the union leader, have to push back at the government But a change go and come. I'm telling all once all vote for me. The thing go be them ordinary union leader that all know before, you know. A change go happen. All go actually see that somebody have all back. All go know that somebody feeling the struggles that all going through. And when a president understands the struggles that the working class going through, trust me, that president go get off at a seat in your office and they go make sure and do something. Let me tell you something. Every 3 years supposed to be negotiation. If negotiations don't start and settle within 3 years' time, we're sending the government to court. Because it is law that every 3 years you're supposed to get an increase in salary. And if within 3 years, an increase in salary, you ain't get an increase in salary, then the place go to shut down. The place go to shut down, and by extension, the country go to shut down. Because that is law. And if the government breaking the law, we got to send them to court. And if the court and all, we find the court taking years, like 16 years or how much years, because the government breaking the law, we got to shut down the country. Because I could guarantee you, once 3 years pass and no worker can get increase in salary, that is it, boy. We have to take a stand against the government. This government is too oppressive. And all I telling you, all go see a difference. We might not have all the members as PSA. We may not be as powerful as OWTU. But once all of the members vote me in as the president, I guarantee you, when the government here, transport and industrial workers come in, they will tremble in fear. Because they will realize that this union leader and his team ain't come to make any joke. They ain't come to play. They come to help the working class. So now, I just want to say some of the people who just be calling me in TU, you know, some of the issues that we having, that we see in the bus company. Like right now, management doing what I want, because workers be complaining and letting me know what going on. Since last year, they're getting short pay. Since last year, workers getting short pay. And that is a big issue. Because if since last year, workers getting short pay, and the union ain't doing nothing about it, why is that? No, the workers getting short pay since last year because management is taking advantage of the situation. Because right now it is alleged that Judy Charles wrote a letter to management saying, hey, any issues it having at PTSC, address her. Right? Address her. So therefore, if it is alleged that Judy Charles wrote a letter to management saying any issues arising in PTSC, address her, that means it weaken all the branches. It weaken all the shop stewards. So everybody get weak right now. And if management realizing that the union weak, management could do what they want. That is why since last year, workers getting short pay. And the union can't do nothing about it because Judy Charles weakened the branches. Why I want to let the people and them understand is we, all of the members who pay all of dues, all have power in other hands. All are more powerful than the president at TU. If all want, all could go in that union hall and throw Judy Charles out. Throw all the executives out. Even if all find the CC and them and doing nothing, which is all the branch presidents and them. All could go in the union hall and throw them out. All of the paying members have power in other hands. All is the most powerful things here right now. You understand? Right. Another thing that's going on too right now is training. Judy Charles and sending nobody training. Right now, you have certain shops just telling you if you have a grievance, you have to write the grievance. But when you read the Constitution says that the shops you're supposed to write out the grievance letter. But then again, Judy Charles and sending nobody training. So therefore, how would the shops just know that? If the head rotten, the whole body go decay. The problem is Judy Charles, she have to go right now. You understand? And management is taking advantage of it. That is why since last year, workers calling me and saying they ain't getting paid. They want to know what's going on. What the union doing? They can't call the union. Sometimes when a union take up the matter, in about a week time, it just die down, it disappear. You understand? Right now the union is weak. TU union is weak right now, and management is taking advantage of it. People getting fired just so. Fired, getting sent home. Because they realize TU union is weak and management is taking advantage of it. You're not hearing nobody talking about these issues. Where's the president, Judy Charles, to talk about these issues? Where's the first vice president, Paul Smith, to talk about these issues? You're not hearing nobody. Where's the branch presidents and them? Why the branch presidents don't come together, go on TV6, go on CNC3, and talk about the issues that is taking place in PTSD right now? You're not hearing it. Because why? TU is weak right now. And management is taking advantage of the weakness. I can tell all you, once all you vote me in, me and my team in, all of that go stop. The thing go have no more advantage of you. If you ain't get short pay today, tomorrow they got to pay you out a cycle. Because things too hard in this country for somebody to be getting a day less off of the salary. And my salary done so small already. You understand? And what about the concerning the other day I went up in San Fernando, right? And the workers up there in San Fernando was there, know that they have an issue with the party service. Right? Apparently management in San Fernando stopped the party service in the night. Right? Now remember it had different shifts in PTSD. Right? And also you have women working at night. So how can management stop the party service at the night when they have women going home late hours in the night? Anything could happen. That is a health and safety hazard. They could get robbed, they could get raped. It's all kind of nonsense that could be taking place. So you need a party service in the night. Why management stop the party service? Again, because the union is weak. Management realizing that the union is weak. That is why they stop the party service in the night. Well, okay, the union know about that. What the union doing about it? The union in San Fernando knows about it. What is the union doing about it? The union ain't doing nothing about it. Because the union is weak. All of vote me as the next president, all of that will stop. You understand? Once the constitution, once the collective agreement says that it's supposed to have a party service, then a party service is supposed to run. You understand? That is what's going on here right now. So again, I just want to thank everybody for the support.
Right, today we on, and you know we here to talk about controversial issues in which at the end of the day there are a lot of people afraid to discuss, and not everybody could be a leader, you know, because there are people that is set up in certain places, and because they are not leaders by nature, they just shit up everything. And what I mean by that? The crumbling or the moral decay of the society feeling the effects of such. Because when a man is not a leader and he end up in the position and he reached a place that he don't know what to do, what do you think happening? Come on, there is not a rocket scientist thing, Terry Shade. What do you think if a man is not a leader and he end up in a place that a leadership, what do you think going to happen to the system?
Yeah, the system will crumble, it will crash, it will fall. That is why we need good leaders to set about good structures in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? Right now, because we have no good leader, the community weak. Obviously, the children and them will be weak. Children and them will fall by the wayside. They're going to end up in school fights. They're going to end up selling drugs. They're going to end up selling guns. They're going to end up disrespecting their own parents, and by extension, disrespecting the community. That's why we need strong leaders to really set up that structure for the children who are coming up to take over.
And that is the thing that we're talking about. So when we see all these school fights that taking place, we have to blame somebody, because the children, remember them brain fresh, they know the world. So the parents have a responsibility to mold the brains.
And I feel the government should charge the parents and them when children end up in school fights.
Because at the end of the day, Terry, some of the people that playing the talking, that had to take blame too.
Yeah.
Because when a punishment is placed on a child, we them alone take it. But when you realize when that is your responsibility, because if the child do something, they must have to call the parent.
Yes.
But when the child fight in the school, the player all of a sudden we could make the child, but we can't make the brain.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
That craziness.
Some of you parents, something wrong with all you. Because if a child fighting in school, there is a problem home. Some of the children and them they don't have proper role model. So when they go outside there, because the parent figure what's supposed to be the central role model, because the weak, any child able to break the defenses when they go outside it. So a child could just do so and say, hey, squeeze a girl or thing, and they're doing it. They have the role model so weak, the scene that they could override him, Terry, override she.
Yeah. No, I understand there's different reasons why people just make children. Some must be the wrong reasons, some must be the right reasons. But it doesn't matter how a child come about to this earth. You have a responsibility. It doesn't matter how you get a child, because once you make that child could grow up to be the prime minister of the country.
Yes.
See the nonsense what Rowley doing here now? He destroying the country. So it's your responsibility as a parent. If Rowley had good parents, I'm sure Rowley would have fixed the country. He would not be doing the nonsense that he's doing right now. If Rowley had good parents.
And that go a long way to unitary. Because it goes back to responsibilities, and there are certain parents do not understand their responsibility as a parent. They feel alright, we make a child. When you make a child, that means that you and them is all you're going along for life. That is a life bond. So you have a responsibility all the time to put it in place. And if you don't understand your responsibility as a parent, then you should not even entertain the thought.
Yes.
You shouldn't entertain the thought.
And again, for you, a parent's responsibility is teaching a child moral value. Moral values again is learning right from wrong. Knowing what is right from wrong. It doesn't. You could be right. You could be uneducated. You could be educated. It doesn't matter. Again, Rowley real educated, but he don't know right from wrong. How the hell Rowley gonna pay $63 million to refurbish a house in Tobago, and poor people still suffering? He don't know right from wrong because Rowley parents never taught him moral values. And that is what going on in the country today. If Rowley had know what is right and what is wrong, you'd have said that same $63 million are paying to refurbish a house in Tobago. Let me help poor people with it. Let me get everybody at least have $50,000 in their bank account. You could clear off a little debts. But because Rowley don't know right from wrong, he mashing up the country.
Because at the end of the day, what we seeing from this Prime Minister is that he don't know where his priorities is. And anybody that do not know where their priority is, they will destroy everything. Because alright, let me think. If a parent don't know where their priority is, they destroy the home. You understand? If a prime minister don't know where his priority is, he destroy a country. And if the union leaders don't know where their priorities is, they will destroy unionism.
Yeah.
And that is what taking place here, you know, is a destruction in Trinidad. And what we trying to accomplish here, I mean, or you may hear us and see us bawling and screaming because it hurted me. It's a passion of mine. I can't stop you. How much time I try to run from this?
And again, now the scripture say, you know, surely oppression makes a wise man mad. Because we screaming and bawling is because we mad, meaning we angry, seeing the oppression that is taking place in front of your eyes. And only a wise man will get angry when he's seeing oppression in front of his face. So we seeing school fights. We studying how we could fix this boy, and then we get to realize, wait now, if the parents are teaching children and the moral values at home, they will never have no school fights. If Rowley had helped poor people rather than paying $63 million to refurbish a house in Tobago, poverty will be at a low, at least 1%. But Rowley is encouraging poverty in Trinidad and Tobago. $80 million to fix cameras. That will Rowley get the police $80 million and poor people suffering. Look how much vagrants on the street. Why Rowley don't want to help the vagrants and them in the promenade? You understand? And I want to bring up this, you know, but again, the former commissioner of police came out and said the Prime Minister gave him $45 million to lock up corrupt politicians. But who corrupt politicians get locked up? You understand?
You see, it come back to that theory. It have a law for one set of people in Trinidad, and the next set getting away scot-free. In my whole entire life living in Trinidad, I never see a politician get locked up. It's all kind of mama guy thing. And at the end of the day, if they do get a day in court, it stretched so long that they end up throwing it off.
Yeah.
It stretched so long because in my days, we would have hear about the corruption in the PRCO thing.
Yes. That will Basdio Pandey.
Boom, the case fall apart.
Right.
That is it, because it goes so long, some of the people might be dead or whatever. It gone, that is the ending of that. And these is the things that we see in Trinidad. If you want to get away from a crime, don't be a criminal, be a politician, or you go get away scot-free. That is how it is in this country. Yeah. Terry, you can't be seeing this. I mean, if you seeing politicians always getting away, we're going to not try to be a politician.
To be a politician. You understand? I believe Jack Warner and all had said that. You understand? Or to become rich, become a politician. Politicians don't get locked up in this country. Well, the last time you see Jack Warner get locked up, but that because Kamala played cheap politics against him. And he said it with you about the boxing gloves is off, and he made sure Kamala lose. You understand? But Trinidad, the parents drop the ball. We're not teaching our children moral value. If all the politicians, if them parents had taught them moral value, the country wouldn't be in this crisis that we're in right now. If the union leaders' parents had taught them moral values, the working class would have get a back pay 10 years ago. You understand? We won't have been waiting now, PSA in court with it, and that dragging in court. Nah man, Leroy Baptiste's parents never taught him moral value. Judy Child's parents never taught him moral value. The Federation with Michael Anisette, his parents never taught him moral value.
Because I'm glad they bring up that in the theory. Because I plan to continue to be this issue. Because we know that it's going to get swept under the carpet. Because it's the precedents of certain people here. A woman, or you're talking about woman. The other day, me and you, Terry, would have been attacking the behavior and certain presidents, they stand up. All of a sudden everybody run to jump and say, oh, she's a woman.
Yes.
Now a woman was attacked by the driver of the general of the president general at the TU union, and everybody quiet. People who want to speak out, the quiet. People who want at the end of the day, as I see it, they want to be good when it's convenient to them. And I say I ain't gonna call name in it. I trying hard boy not to call her name. I bite it up, my tongue fall off.
Yeah. Only when it's convenient to them.
Oh, you fix this in it. Fix this in it. A woman was allegedly assaulted by a driver and nobody ain't saying nothing. Where's your balls? You want to beat your chest and cuss me. Where's your balls in situation that you're supposed to have balls? What you do? You sell your soul for 30 pieces of silver? That when people sell a thing, it's like if God make you without mouth or without foot. You can't stand up and you can't talk. Madness with all you. Brother man, you have a position, and your position is to stand up and defend the people. That is the oath of office in which you would have taken it. That is the oath to stand for people, by. Not just when somebody says something, not just you just dress back. That is not what unionism is. No union leader is supposed to be quiet. That is a responsibility. And when Butler, and I'm going to Butler, there's a story that you will never hear in the archives. Because Butler was a substitute. What you think make him started be so vocal and known more than the president at that union? It's because the man used to come out and talk.
Yes.
He make his voice known.
He was a voice for the voiceless.
Because in them time, you know, I can imagine, you're a substitute in a union, Terry, and you senior presidents and them ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
And if you go understand the time that taking place here now, what you going on here now? Nobody is saying nothing. What you standing up? What you talking out? The times that's changing it. And I say no here now, and I like I feeling the same spirit back then, the spirit of the times. Because we have a bunch of people that not speaking out. This is the time that Butler spirit roaming.
Yeah.
Putting voice in people that don't have the position yet. And now you are telling lawyer. Or you stand up and say something, man. Come on, let people talk good about you, Dominic. I know you is a boisterous person. You is the only person at this point in time that have my respect, because I hear you on bad and defend people, by. Some of you, not for fear of victimization, and some of you are going to call the rest of names, you know, that speaking out. But I know very well who you are. Continue to speak out. There's a handful of you. Stand up and say something.
Yeah.
Stand up and say something.
So everybody who parents taught them moral values, I'll come out and say something. That is what we're doing here today. I know my parents taught me moral values. You understand? I know about all you. Right? And all these school fights, it had to stop. The government should pass a law to charge the parents and them. Because parents get too slack now. You're not teaching them moral values. And when the child grow up and get education, they're going to be like Roger. They won't care about the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You as a president, a union president, $400 for a ticket to go to Tobago now in plane. Come out and say it, Roger. Say only white is all raise the plane tickets. It hurts the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You have to say something. Make the people and them see that, yeah, but Roger know right from wrong, but Roger feed in my pocket, how it empty. But when you quiet Roger, when you quiet Anisette, when you look quiet, the people ain't going to have faith in all that again. They go say, nah, them parents never teach them moral values.
And at the end of the day, Terry, they're quiet, but yet still, when it's time to protest, or yet calling on all the citizens to join or here,
Right.
to stand up with or here. Because that match, that mega match that it had in Port of Spain the other day, normal citizens would have attended that match. The normal average Joe on the street would have attended that match. Some people had nothing to do with unionism come out because they would have seen something again that the union started do what they ought to do. But where are you now? Where are you now?
Yeah.
What this is all about?
Yeah, even that large march and all was a mamagism. Because the city was one meet by the Red Square. When everybody went by the Red Square, it had no union leader there by the Red Square. No union leader was there by the Red Square.
Huh. Because we was there on the ground. That when you talk to Clive Nunes.
Yes, Clive Nunes, yeah.
A old man who was a point in time in the union.
In TU, yeah.
You understand? A old man beat Oye to the cake. Imagine Oye get frightened and a old man, he might be carrying himself walk a mile without saying nothing. And he beat Oye to the cake.
You understand? We had to take back this country. Right now, this country need a face somebody that has moral values. Right now, every leader you see in Trinidad and Tobago have no moral values. You can't call them and come out and laughing. Well, if I raise this price and only do nothing, I will continue to raise it. Call them but laugh, only do nothing. The union leaders ain't do nothing. No, it's like nobody, their parents never teach them moral values. You understand?
And people just now, we go take this thing down a notch because I'm going to talk about a particular incident in thing. Let me take this thing down a notch because I want to take off my headphones. Right. Now with that particular parent talk about she daughter was interfered with by people in the school.
Right.
Whereas I thought that the Minister of Education would have been vocal on the matter and talking about the matter, Terry, because I mean, come on, these kind of things. I mean, it's supposed to all kind of thing in school.
And the Minister of National
Safety
Security
officer, all kind of thing.
The Minister of National Security, because she said she reported to the police station and the police didn't do nothing. So the Minister of National Security should have said something.
The commissioner.
Yeah.
The commissioner of police supposed to say something about this. Because when you listen to the story is within the public domain. And let me tell you something. Or you seen that anyway in any media, or you understand the psyche of the thing. Just now, in the not too distant future, or you go hear that we can't put up them thing on social media just now. You know why? Because they want to censor your voice. They want to make you quiet. That you can't say certain things. Because look what's going on here. You see the child, they interfere with the child. Right. Look, I hear the child saying, well, if she wet, I'm thinking, come on, this is the time of nonsense discussion.
Yeah. And if the mother take the law into she own hands, she go get locked up. You understand? And that was saying the Minister of National Security should say something. If the Commissioner of Police didn't want to say something, the Minister of National Security should say something. But two of them can't be quiet.
I sure. I know he's a man just talk about Gary. I sure. If Gary was the Commissioner of Police, he would have investigated that. I sure. Because I see man say something today. To hell with Gary Griffith in the media. And the next day, it's like we hear a few minutes later. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And the person get tape up. We see that happen in the media right now. I mean, not in the distance, not in the very far distance past.
Yeah. And you know, I want to really bring in politics, but Philip Alexander does always say, if the law is preventing you from doing something, just rewrite the law. We have parliamentarians say that could rewrite the law. If it have no law to lock up the parents and them when the child doing nonsense at school, rewrite the law, charge the parents and them, lock them up. You can't tell me children interfere with a schoolgirl. The mother reported to the police station. The police said do nothing about it. You understand? Well, alright, rewrite a law where you could lock up somebody for doing that. Lock them up, charge them. Or expel the child or something. Do something. Fight it instant dismissal. Do something with the law.
But Terry, understand this. In school, it's a guidance officer who we paying for.
Right.
It's a safety officer who we paying for. It has some of them in some places just call them compliance officer who we paying for. And more often than not, it has security is there on the compound. So on any given day, in any given school, it have about 3 to 4 security guard on the compound. That one. It has guidance officer. That two. It has deans who make up some of the teaching branch that talk to the children. What we paying for? A dean does get extra money on the salary. You understand? Guidance officer is an addition to quell these school fights and things to talk to them because they realize here what's going on. Sometimes it does be a problem that they are at home. They not proper guidance as we would have talked earlier on. Right. Proper role models. So these people supposed to fill the gap and teach them certain things. Hey, this is not the way. Teach them another way. We paying for that. And if we're not seeing that and we're seeing the children getting on within a particular way, something wrong. Either the system faulty and nobody reporting it back. Because if already the system faulty and somebody will report it back, that guidance officer will not have a job in the school. So it all comes down to the love of money.
Right.
It all comes down to that we see a faulty system taking place. And
yeah, and all these people all these people have brains. I look at think about something, man. That's what we paying all for. If a child ended up in school fights, if it's a crowd is the issue, privately teach the child. Don't let him end up with the crowd. Privately teach the child the work so he can learn. Even when it's lunchtime, he can't even go outside and mingle because apparently when the child in crowds, they like to fight. So privately put them in classes by themselves and teach them until it's time to go home. Do something. You could expel the child. One fight, expulsion. Or charge the parents. It's that different things all you could do. You understand? Because apparently these security guards and deans probably don't want to teach the children and them because they might feel the child might want to fight them. All that could be taking place. A security officer seeing fights, but the security officer know if he get himself involved, he might get a jump kick in the face. So he don't want to intervene. So that's why he's supposed to rewrite the laws, as Philip Alexander does always say. Always the parliamentarians rewrite the law. Fight, boom, expulsion one time. Or something, charge the parents, do something. Because no parents want to get charged. So they will make sure and teach their children moral values. So when they go in school, they will know right from wrong when they're in school. You understand?
So people, we don't want to go in and take up too much right time. We urge you to tune in. And next day, we will break down this. You understand? We will break down this for you. And then again, tune in all the time at 6 o'clock. We're trying to keep in line with the schedule because everybody doing this. Sometimes I upload the broadcast, we do it live. Sometimes Terry involved and sometimes all of us can be here at the same time. So we urge you to subscribe to the channel. My name is Renison Jeffrey and this is the Workers' Rights Platform.
Right, and again, 86, the Workers' Rights 868. Tune it in on YouTube. Workers' Rights 868. My name is Terry Shade. I'm from the Workers' Rights and Human Rights Platform.